Hello and welcome to the Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to get the new YGOPRO. It's called Project-Ignis and it's been renamed to EDOPRO. Definitely less easy to remember, but their Discord server, which originally said Percy team, has changed into the Ignis team. This is the link to their Discord server. Just going to make it a never-ending, unlimited use server link. It may change in the future. They change these things every once in a while. If they really want to, they can. So that's the link. I'll post it in the description of this video. Now this is the link to the installer for Windows. I can't post it in the description because they change these links occasionally, so this link might not be valid shortly. But if you click it for now at least, or whatever link they do have there, it will open the Mega Upload site, and we just click the download button. An installer will be given to your computer, and you just have to press yes to everything. You'll have to enable it to download from strange websites because it's not a website that would normally be considered a trusted website by your computer. But if you want YGOPRO, you're going to have to do that. It also has Mac, it has Linux, I don't use those. Here's what it looks like. And yeah, so here's our deck manager. I've already installed some decks. A couple of things to note. There's this new thing here. It says repositories. That has to do with like the current things that are updated. So if it doesn't say 100% something's not updated, it should do it automatically. If something's changed, you can press the change log to see what the changes are. I've never actually needed to do this. In settings, there are a couple of new settings. One is this add a delay even with no response, which is to bluff having hand traps. It's pretty neat. More settings. There's a little settings wheel normally on the main screen, which brings these up. You can change the skin of your game if you want to change the way it looks. Personally, I like the purple one that it comes with by default. If you speak a different language, there are several languages here. I don't want to change the language because I don't want to get lost in here. I believe you can change the size of the text, so 120 made my text a little bit bigger. So those are some of those settings. There's also a test hand feature, which is pretty cool. Just a couple things to note. If you press test hand, it'll just take the deck you're currently on. It'll deal you out your 5 cards, and then you can actually play out your first turn. Now I'm playing going second deck, so it doesn't matter to me. For reasons I can't explain, you can go to the battle phase on turn 1 in this, but if you wanted to go second, you can press end phase. It'll pass to your opponent's turn. They have no card, so it just goes straight to their main phase. And we can send them to battle phase, and then send them to main phase too. And send them to end phase, and then it becomes our turn. So if you want to play going second, you would have to pass turn twice. It is something to do, and just so you know. And you can press restart, it'll instantly just redeal you a hand and start the game over. So you can just keep doing that. And if you were to press exit, it asks you if you want to save your replay. So you can save a replay of a test hand, which is good if you want to do content or something for YouTube. Other things worth knowing. The ban lists, or a ton of ban lists in here. There's a Rush Duel and a Speed Duel ban list, the World's ban list, Goat ban list. Goat ban list says any card that didn't exist in Goats is automatically banned. I guess every new card is going to come into the game automatically banned in Goats. So there should be no dispute about what cards are legal. I'm going to go back to the TCG ban list because that's what I'm playing. Next, there is a puzzle mode, and I think these are just all the old puzzles. I don't really know. But you can play around with those. If you wanted to play AI, you can do a LAN mode. If you're not familiar with LAN mode, it means local area network. So if you want to play with people in your house who are also on the same internet as you, one of you can host and one of you can join a game this way. I think in the old Percy you were able to set the timer for infinite. If you want to play AI, I'd recommend you turn off the ban list because this is going to happen. I'm going to put on the TCG ban list, but I'm going to go to play AI. So what you do is you press local AI. You can mute the AI or you can leave it on. You can have it always throw rock if you want to just win the dice roll or lose the dice roll. Or you can let them throw whatever and just see what happens. But I'm going to pick the Zodiac deck because I think it's not in this ban list. So if I press add AI player, it says, "Hi, I'm Windbot Ignite. I'm not very smart. Sorry, it seems there's too much Zodiac Rat Pure in my deck." So it acknowledges that it doesn't fit the ban list. So if I want to play that AI, I have to host the game with either no ban list or an appropriate ban list. So I'm just going to turn the ban list off. It's OK, local AI, select Zodiac and plus add AI player. So that's how you can play with the AI. And there are a bunch of decks and a lot of them are new. I might have to kick out the previous AI to put in a different AI. Anyways, let's take a look at the servers. Now it lists two servers by default. It lists EU Central and NA Pacific. It calls EU Central competitive and it calls North America Pacific casual. I think one of the servers goes down every once in a while currently because it is brand new. And I'm not sure if the competitive and casual thing is serious, but it might be just a way to deter players who are playing super casual decks from playing against the competitive players who don't really want to play against them. Or it's a joke saying that, EU players are better than North American players, which, that's fine. If you press refresh, you'll see the games that are currently being hosted, just like it was in YGOPRO before. You have some filters if you want to find games with specific rules, like I want the TCG ban list. If I press refresh, I'll only see TCG ban list games. Allowed cards. Pre-release, I think, excludes any cards that are just announced out of nowhere. So if you want to play like what you did in the old YGOPRO, it's TCG OCG. You can put in a search for number of players. I haven't done this yet, but I guess 0 of 0 of 0 is like a default. Not sure what a relay is. But yeah, if you wanted to play like a tag duel, I think you put in 2v2. I think 0 means like it doesn't matter, so this is best of nothing. But if I wanted best of 1, I would put in a 1. You can also play 3v3 on this YGOPRO, which is just the tag duels from previous games, just set up for. Oh, I guess no one's set up for that, so I'm just gonna put these all back on 0, 0, 0, just in case. Let's see all the games. Oh, are there no games? Or did I turn on too many settings? Maybe no one's using that setting. Pre-release might be the default setting that they're using. Alright, I'll figure out what I did there later. But the settings wheel is the same thing from before. If you wanted to host a game, set a ban list. I'm just going to set TCG ban list. If I wanted to play a tag, I would put in 2v2. If you do 2v1, it'll just be one player gets, one team gets their turn twice as often. The other two players kind of take turns on the other team. If I wanted to play a match, I have to set it for best of 3. Again, I don't exactly know what a relay is. I think that might mean no siding, you just keep playing. I don't think you can actually change the timer, but I haven't experimented with it yet. So I'm just going to set this back to 1v1 at best of 1. You can set a password if you want. You can play around with the rules. There are some custom special rules. So currently the trap monster doesn't occupy spell trap card zone. That's a rule that was recently put into effect on April 1st. That's in here. Trigger effects activation location thing is the North American ruling versus the EU ruling in Yu-Gi-Oh! I think you have a way to turn off pendulum zones. There's a lot of interesting things here. I haven't played around with all these things. Card type filters. Oh, this seems really annoying. If somebody actually clicked all these and says play me at Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, that's pretty much that. And now I'm going to show you my favorite feature in this entire game, which is the interactions with Discord. So if you host a game, even if it has a password, I'm just going to write GG. And I have my game open. If I find another duelist in a Discord server who's also playing the game, you'll see it on the side. See, this person says playing what? EDOPRO? I don't know who they are, but I'm going to go to message. I should be able to click on the bottom here and send them a game request. So that person could join my game, which is pretty cool. It appears here only if you have your game open and you're setting up a game. It'll appear in the list and then they could join the game. I sent one to my brother earlier. It looks something like this. Anyways, that's one of the things you can do. You can also just find a duelist who's playing. If you find a player who's hosting a game that's big enough too, you can press the Ask to Join button name on their profile picture, which is pretty cool. I might click it just to kind of see what's happening. I think their game is in progress though, so I'm just going to change my username so they don't know who I am. Just call it player, because I don't know who this person is. I'm just going to ask to join. This is must be friends with this person to send them a friend request. Okay, so if you have friends, you can send them things. So a lot of my friends aren't playing at the moment. So just another neat little feature you might want to know about their game. And features like this should be really useful for hosting online tournaments and things such as that. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments below. And I'll be happy to answer whatever I can. Good luck, duelists, getting this game.